Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to Thursday, April 28th from 2022, 9 a.m. sharp, New York time, less than 30 minutes for the market to open, and hope to find you all well and getting ready. Last 2 days of the week and getting ready for the action. So we are watching right now Nasdaq Futures. Nasdaq is up 1.4%, the SP 500 up more than 1%. The Dow, some relative weakness here, up 0.5% this morning to start today. And as you are seeing on your right side on the intraday chart, we have here some fading on Nasdaq on the intraday, where they made pretty much here a short-term top. After that printed a lower high, and right now making lower highs, lower lows intraday. So we are fading from a very well calculated level. So if you look into your left side on the daily chart, what we see that last Tuesday we had a big reversal sell and engulfing day with a big breakdown, and we had here a kind of inside action still inside the range from the Tuesday reversal sell. We are retesting, okay, this morning we just retested the breakdown area. So keeping, and I always try to keep my trading very, very simple. When support is broken, okay, so this was a support level. And when a support is broken, as we saw here, the support becomes a resistance. So right now our resistance level is this one. So we are kind of printing here a possible H sell setup, okay? But once again, we need to see it. We are still extended from the 8 and 21 day moving average. So yeah, we still have room to go into the 8-day moving average. This is the biggest supply zone that bears want to keep price below these week highs. I will only be very bullish if for some miracle we go above and make new highs for the week. Can that happen? Yeah, anything can happen on this market. I've seen it all, but right now the ball on the bear camp while we are below the 8 and 21 day moving average. We are on the earnings season. Okay, we had Microsoft yesterday. Let's look into Microsoft. We had Microsoft yesterday on a big gap and go higher. Basically, before the earnings, the stock hit to the penny, $270, exactly the same low from March. It hit 270 twice just before the earnings, and yesterday with the stock holding above the 8 and pushing above the 21 day moving average, stalling exactly at the level 290 to 91. They sold it here, they sold it here, and they sold it again yesterday here. Right now 285 in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so right now what I'm expecting here from Microsoft, some kind of inside action here, okay, and some price contraction waiting for a move out of this range. Okay, so we have 290, bulls needs above 291, bears needs below 279 to fill the gap from yesterday, 278, and go back into 270. So right now waiting here for the next move. Facebook also reported earnings. Okay, last night they pretty much squeezed it all the way into 210. 210 was a level to sell. Why? Because 210 was the level that they break down here last week. Okay, after Netflix earnings, if you remember, following Netflix earnings, we had 210 breakdown. So last night they pretty much hit 210 and faded. You can look into your intraday chart after hours, and you can see that it faded pretty much from 210. Then this morning they were trying to hold 203. That was one of the levels. That's 21 day moving average. They sold it. Now they push it back below $200. So after the market open, I want to see if Facebook is able to go back above $200. We have 203, 205, 210. Those are the levels, and from there it's a sell. But if they keep price below $200, okay, if they keep price below $200, the next logical support is only at 190, and we still have a gap to fill at 181 too. So it will be interesting to see how Facebook will go, and that will be a focus today. Facebook, to see how it will go after the market open. Lots of eyes also on Apple. Apple is going to report earnings today after hours, after market close. Lots of questions. You know that I don't trade earnings, okay? I trade the reaction after the earnings if I see any good setup. So I don't hold any position following earnings. For those that are trading with me and those that following the 9 a.m. briefing, you know that I shorted Apple last week at $170.50, okay, and I closed it on Monday at 159. Okay, it was a very nice short. It kept going lower. Yesterday it 155, but I took the gains ahead of the earnings. I don't like to gamble into earnings because we have seen it that Facebook closed at the lows. Yesterday Facebook spiked down into 169. It gone all the way above $200. We saw Microsoft going into 270. They squeeze it back into 290. So I don't want to get caught into this kind of all over the place action. So I prefer to cover the short from 170 all the way into 159. Very nice gains on that short. So I was happy with that. And pretty much waiting to see after hours how Apple will resolve. So on the short term, it's pretty much bearish for now. It's below the 8 and 21 day moving average, so no doubt about it. But earnings are always binary events. We saw Facebook going spiking down yesterday 169 just to push it into above $200. We saw Microsoft also closing before the earnings at 270 and they squeeze it $20 higher. So anything can happen on earnings. I prefer to wait, and tomorrow maybe we will have a more clear view on what's next. I'll be looking also for the semis. Semis have been very, very weak, and they pretty much gave the signal here for the bear case, for the bear market. They were the first ones to break down. NVDA, AMD, since the reversal sell here, we shorted on this day. We shorted AMD with the puts. We played the scalp when the stock was above 122. We got puts. I remember perfectly. Puts 121. The session is recorded, so you can watch once again that recording from that session. And I closed way too soon. Looking from above 122, the stock yesterday it weighed 84. Right now at 86 on the PreMarket. So keeping the bear case pretty much intact while we are below the 8 and 21 day moving average. I will only be a little bit bullish if it goes above 90. Okay, and from there we have 97, but right now at 86. I will be watching here for clues if we can have an oversold bounce on AMD. NVDA pretty much the same since it break down. I gave on Twitter, it's on my Twitter feed. I said if the stock breaks below 272, watch for a bear case scenario from 272. Stock hit yesterday 182. So yeah, big downside. $90 pullback here on NVIDIA. I will keep it on watch. 189 right now. Yesterday it 182. New lows for the year. I'll be watching here if it's able to consolidate a little bit inside the range. Bears needs for continuation for downside needs below 183. Bulls needs above $200. So keeping here on watch for a possible price contraction. Boeing yesterday, big downside move from last week when it retested perfectly the breakdown. It hit 190 and a reversal sell. It 146 yesterday. Right now 156. looking here for to see if it's holding 155 and keeping here the price as a gap to fill at 168. But if it fails below 155, you look for 150, 146. Those are the levels here on Boeing. So also keeping the stock on watch. Baba, it will be a focus also. It's giving here a kind of an oversold bounce to clear the oversold condition. Still has a gap to fill at $80. So right now at 89, I want to see bulls needs above 90 to try to squeeze it into the next level, 95, 96. Otherwise, if they fail here, if it goes below 85, watch 81 and watch $80 gap to fill. So keeping also Baba on watch. IWM, it will be also on focus. Yesterday hit new lows for the year. It's getting a bit extended for the downside, but that does not mean that oversold can remain oversold, so watch out. I'll be watching closely 186, right now 188. If it goes above 190, it can squeeze some more, 192, 193, but those levels are levels to sell. If it breaks down below 186, we have 185, 180. Those are the next biggest levels if we resume down. Financials have been all over the place. We played here the bounce last week. We played the bounce. This candle, it gave a nice follow through continuation. I said 133 was the level. They sold it 133 in the past. They sold it once again last week, and from 133 all the way into 121. So watching here, the move is getting extended for downside. Waiting for a possible oversold bounce one of these days. Needs above 133.6 to try to go into 125, 125, 126. Those are the biggest levels here on JP Morgan. So also keeping on watch. Watching also the cubes, of course. The tech names have been printing lower highs, lower lows. The cubes printed new lows for the year, 315. Waiting here to see right now 321. Still inside the range. We have room to go higher. If it goes above 323, it has room to go into 325, 328 for the 8-day moving average. Big range here. But if breaks back below 320, we have 315, and below 315 we have 310. So yeah, waiting to see how it's going to react after the bell. SPY, exactly the same thing. Big downside from last week, reversal sell. We sold it perfectly. I said last week 450. It was the level. It hit 450 and 1 cent. Okay, the session is recorded. 9 a.m. briefing is also recorded. So you can watch it again. Hear me saying last week 450 was the level to sell, and yeah, they sold it from 450 at 415 yesterday, also almost to the penny. Now what? Waiting to see 422 right now as we speak. Waiting to see if they hold 422. If yes, it can squeeze into 428. Okay, but this level is to sell in my opinion. If even extends some more, yeah, we can go, if it goes for some miracle above 430, it can go into 435, 436, but that's a level to fade. It was the level that they break down last week. So even if we squeeze, it should fade around there. Now I want to see 422. If 422 does not hold, we go back into 420, 415. Those are the levels, and waiting here for some possible inside action. Tesla. What can I say about Tesla? Tesla, we shorted Tesla perfectly on Tuesday, okay? First minutes of the session. The session was also recorded, so you can watch it. I closed way too soon. Early in the morning, I got on Tesla puts 900, okay, at $3.70. I closed it all the way into $13 plus. So yeah, I was very happy with 250% profits in less than 30 minutes. But into the end of the day, those same puts from 370 were at $42. So yeah, big downside, big breakdown. Congratulations to the shorts. Now what? Some consolidation here. The range 920, 875. Bears needs below 875 to roll over into 850, $800, and we can go even lower, all the way below $800. So watch out, lots of room for the downside. Also waiting here for the next trigger on Tesla. So going back into the futures, we are in the middle of nowhere. We have 15 minutes for the market to open. We are in the middle of nowhere. I'll be watching closely here Nasdaq. If they keep price below the resistance line, if they push it down, makes new lows for the day, then I'll be watching these yesterday lows and these week lows as a possible retest. That's for the bear case continuation. But if they squeeze it, what they need for the squeeze? They need to push price above the resistance, start making higher highs, higher lows intraday. That's not the case that we are seeing. We are seeing some profit taking here once the Nasdaq is retesting the breakdown area. Okay, so yeah, that can act as a big resistance. So something to keep on watch. Once again, earnings season is always tricky. Binary events, we've seen it Microsoft, Facebook, as they close at the lows and they squeeze it after the earnings. We are going to have Apple earnings. So Apple is a heavy name, okay? So yeah, if Apple squeeze also, the market can gap up once again tomorrow and squeeze. But if Apple disappoints, then it can roll over and make new lows for the week. So kind of a mixed bag, waiting to dust to settle, waiting for the earnings to be released, so we will have a more clear view on what we are going to see in next couple of days and weeks, especially with all the Fed decision on the next meeting. So lots of question marks about that, but yeah, they are going for sure raise the rates, so that's no doubt. That's the size of the hike that it's the biggest question. So now what I suggest during these periods of very volatile periods, we have VIX above 30, okay, as we speak. That's very high volatile market. That means that the market can move up and down very on an insane way. Okay, we are also on the short gamma, so that magnifies the moves. So yeah, be careful here. We need to first watch for volatility contraction, so we can have here a squeeze higher on the market. That's what I'll be looking, how the VIX is going to behave. If it fails back below 30, if it goes into 25 or 20s, then we can have a squeeze higher on the market, and giving a little room for some more upside into the 8 or 21 day moving average. But we need to see it. No one can really predict the future. No one knows what the hell is going to happen next. We are in this year. We are with the Russian-Ukrainian war. We all over the place. So yeah, no one really knows what the hell is going to happen next. On the short term, we are bearish, but as we have seen on some earnings on Microsoft and Facebook, they gapping up, so they squeezing the shorts. Don't get caught with your pants down, either long or short, on this kind of very volatile moves. Okay, with this said, time to go. 12 minutes for the market to open. I wish you all a great trading. Thank you for watching. Please give a like to the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, so you get notified on 9 a.m. briefing from Monday to Friday, trying to help everyone. Good luck, guys. See you tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp. Bye bye.